All right, good morning. We're here for our weekly Board of Commissioners meeting. It is Wednesday, August 29th. We are in the Senator Hearing Room at 555 Court Street. And as always, if you will join us for the Pledge of Allegiance to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Your agenda, Phil.
I love saying that. This is so cool. We have nobody signed up. Well, actually, none is signed up for public comment this morning. So we can go right into our consent agenda, Commissioner, if you'd like.
All right, Chair Cameron, I make a motion we approve our consent calendar this morning, and on it or in it is under Board of Commissioners, OLCC application with a recommended approval, the Benedictine Brewery, LLC, Mount Angel, Oregon. Business Services, approve the incoming funds intergovernmental agreement with Marion County Housing for the county to provide human resources, information technology, and legal counsel services for $120,000 through December 31st, 2021. Approve a recommendation to adjust the pay range upward and update specification for class code number 309 Public Works Director, and adjust upward pay grade for classification 493 Construction Project Coordinator. Finance, approve a revised quitclaim deed to convey real property tax ID R23783 located at 402 63rd Avenue Southeast in Salem to the prior owner of record. Under Public Works, approve incoming funds intergovernmental agreement with Oregon Department of Transportation for the SFLP funded curve warning signs for $264,763.62. Receive notice of a hearings officer's decision approving a conditional use case 18023 Ruiz by its agent Carnes Creek Solar LLC, Clerk's File 5756. Received notice of a hearings officer's decision approving a conditional use case 18024 Henny by its agent Wakanda Solar LLC, Clerk's File 5757 in the Sheriff's Office. Approve a contract for services with Allegiant Business Finance LLC for $290,185 to provide unarmed security service at various Marion County facilities through June 30th, 2019. And the last is approve amendment number 3 to the contract for services with Maxim Staffing Solutions to add $500 to cover invoices from June 2018 for temporary nursing staff.
I'll second the motion. Any discussion?
No.
I just think that must be a lot of curve signs for $264,000 with our ODOT.
Well, just because you brought it up, you know, the first of them that I really noticed is the North Fork Road.
Right.
And the difference is when they say 35, it means 35. So I hope people are wise to that. But they're big and nice and do help.
Yeah, and it looks like it's federal funds, so we know how the feds like to have really big signs. Okay, so no further discussion. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that's done. John, is there a reason for the humor this morning? No?
You're so funny.
Okay. All right, so our first action item is under Business Services, consider approval of an order adopting a committee charter for Marion County Law Enforcement Association, MCLE, Health Insurance Study Committee, and approve an order appointing Kate Abraham, Nicholas Hunter, and Eric Ladd to the Marion County Law Enforcement Association Health Insurance Study Committee. Justine, we saw each other in the elevator this morning and we talked about how busy you are this time of year with insurance, and here we are.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Justine Flora from Business Services, the Risk and Benefits Manager here. And yes, it's been very busy, and this is the time of year when you'll probably be seeing more of me as we get closer and closer to our health plan renewals. One of the things that we do leading up to the renewals is we meet regularly with the Health Insurance Study Committee to talk about options with our health plans. And the committee makes recommendations to the Board of Commissioners for final decision and approval of any renewals or changes. Traditionally, the MCLEA portion, the bargaining unit, has not been involved in the Health Insurance Study Committee, primarily because their health plan design is slightly different than the larger one. The MCLEA bargaining unit expressed a desire to form a separate HIS committee, and that was negotiated during union bargaining. And so the charter that is in front of you is to get that solidified, and the charter is simply guidelines for the committee to follow. So there are rules and guidelines and how they'll conduct their meeting. The committee itself is comprised of, or proposed to be comprised of 3 members from the MCLEA bargaining unit and 3 members from management. So before you, you've got actually 4 different board orders, one to adopt the charter itself, and then the other 3 is to appoint the management members of the HIS committee.
We're going to do that all in one motion, though, is what we intend to do, correct? Even though the appointment is separate, I see that here. So I did see there's 3 names, and you said that there was 3. I was looking for, so it looks, I'm looking for the 3. Didn't you say there's
Kate,
6 total?
Sorry.
Are there 6 total?
Yes.
You appoint the management members and the union appoints the union.
Okay, so we don't have the
No.
union members. Okay, that's what I was looking for. All right. All right. I'm clear now. Thank you. Any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. So,
Okay.
Chair Cameron, if I could, I'd make a motion that we do approve the order adopting the committee charter for Marion County Law Enforcement Association Health Insurance Study Committee, and approve an order that appoints Kate Abraham, Nicholas Hunter, and Eric Ladd to the Marion County Law Enforcement Association Health Insurance Study.
Good, I'll second that motion. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Well, we
Thanks,
made it too easy. Huh? I can see
Justine.
it already.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
She was expecting more.
Well, she's got lots of work to do, so we'll let her go quickly. And John, thank you for keeping me.
And it's my birthday.
Oh,
Is it?
Yes, it is.
why don't you go ahead and sing for
Ready?
No, oh, you
Ready?
go ahead. I'll just watch. But happy
So-
birthday.
Happy
Thank you very
birthday to
much.
you. Happy birthday to you. You're the one that likes to break out in song, so I was going to follow.
I know that, but I wasn't ready. I have to build up.
Yeah, you have to anticipate it.
I only have 6 notes, and that pushes it.
Well, and I want to thank Mr. Latimer for keeping me on, explaining to me about that appointment process. All right, our next item under Public Works, and Brandon's already up here, is consider approval of resolution initiating amendments to the county comprehensive plan to consider concurring in an amendment to the city of Sublimity urban growth boundary and schedule a public hearing for October 3rd, 2018. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Brandon Reich, staff representing the Planning Division of Public Works. On May 14, 2018, the City of Sublimity held their first reading on an ordinance approving an urban growth boundary amendment for 10.3 acres of land. 10 acres for public use for a city park and a maintenance yard, and 3/4 of an acre for a residential use that's going to be brought in for an existing residence. This land would meet a portion of the city's identified need for parkland. The area proposed to be added to the urban growth boundary is toward the northeast of the existing city limits, and the city would annex the property upon approval of the urban growth boundary expansion. Before you today is a resolution to initiate the county process and set a hearing date for Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018. Staff recommends the resolution be approved as provided. With that, I'm available for any questions you may have.
Well, it wouldn't be proper for me at this time to say, I'm really in favor or not, but as a former mayor, I was pretty well under the impression that we would be given no opportunity to enlarge the urban growth boundary because of open area within the city. A little strange because our comprehensive plan calls for that open area. But do you see any issue with the state assuming we would rule favorably on it?
I don't believe so. The city undertook a process to update their master plan for parks, and some of the land they identified, one of the options to expand, or to get more parkland, is expand their urban growth boundary. And this was an area that they could expand and meet part of their park's need. It's around 30-acre need, and they can meet part of it with a type of a community park, I believe. And so they're not able to meet all of their parkland needs inside. There's
So
a couple
bottom
acres
line, you
existing.
don't expect the state to give issue like they would have prior?
No, not at all.
Great. Okay,
Sublimity has some really nice parks.
yes.
And the
Well,
tennis courts there.
you
and-
may not realize the biggest and really heavily used, it's a
Right.
a Frisbee golf course, but it's a church property and they rent it, so it's not, it could, it's
Oh, the
not a
city
perm-
rents it from the church?
Yes.
Is that the one where they have the barbecue for neighborhood night out? The really big one with the shelter and everything?
And that's by the fire station, no, that is.
No. The fire station is where the tennis courts are and stuff, right?
Right,
There's one on the other side of the
Well,
highway.
yeah.
On the north
That's
side.
the church property,
Okay,
yeah.
that's a really nice park.
But you can't guarantee you have it forever, and there's been a need
Okay, and this
to,
helps them expand their park needs.
This will be a city park, and it has a maintenance facility for the city.
Okay.
All right. I would make a motion that we approve the resolution that initiates amendments to the county comprehensive plan, considering concurring with in an amendment to the City of Sublimity urban growth boundary, and schedule a public hearing for October 3rd, 2018.
Before I second the motion, I'm getting some emotional laughter from John over there, like I must have said something wrong.
No, you're just so much fun.
Oh, okay. Then I'll second the motion. Any further discussion?
No.
Okay,
We need to vote.
we need to vote. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you.
More parks. Is there going to be bike lanes out there to those parks? Okay.
I can't say, but I have some, I'll say at the time of the hearing.
All right, so I will read the calendar of where we're going to be this next week. Obviously, we're right here, right now, is our first appointment. Next one is September 3rd, Monday. The office is closed in observance of Labor Day. September 4th, Tuesday at 8:30 a.m., calendar review, location here in Silverton Conference Room on the 5th floor. September 4th, Tuesday at 9 a.m., work session, Health and Human Services Strategic Plan, final draft here on the 5th floor in the Silverton Conference Room. Also on 9/4, Tuesday at 11 a.m., Marion County Public Safety Coordinating Council planning meeting here on the 5th floor in the Silverton Conference Room. Also on 9/4, Tuesday at 2 o'clock, Gordine, I'm not saying this, Gordine.
No.
Gordine,
Can we take
Ashes,
is there a motion to
something.
be made?
Can we make a motion to not accept that retirement party? I told her on the way down here, she better watch, because she only has one more after this that she gets to watch.
She'll probably be watching all the time from home.
Yeah, right. So that's on Tuesday at the 4th at 2 o'clock, and we are going to miss Gordine dearly. On Wednesday, September 5th, 9 a.m., a board session back here in the Senator hearing room. I need to remember that. I keep saying Senate. It's the Senator.
That's correct.
Right. Hearing room here on the first floor. Also on Wednesday, the 5th, at noon, we have our Woodburn Marion County meeting at Luis's Taqueria, 523 Front Street in Woodburn. Love that food. On 9/5, Wednesday at 2 o'clock, meet with Michael, Lieutenant Michael, EY from the State Police, Silverton Conference Room on the 5th floor. He'll be a new member on our Public Safety Coordinating Council, so looking forward to spending some time there. Anything?
Well, thank you. I know you've been on the State Fair Board, are you still? Yeah. My wife Tammy, the girls went last night, said it was crowded and fun and excellent, so it sounds like they kind of, I don't know if turned the corner is the right word, but it seems better.
The weather, since they opened up on Friday, the weather's cooperated, having those cool days, brought people out. I was there Monday night for a couple of hours, Monday afternoon, Monday night, and it was pretty good, but then last night was packed. And I think you said that they loved the show.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Roots and Boots. It was Aaron Tippin, Colin Ray, and Sammy, was it Kershaw? And Kershaw and Tippin are 60 years old, and Colin Ray is now 58. And they put on this great show, and I took my daughter. It was really good, and you said your family loved it too. It's one of the best shows I've seen at the fair.
You notice I didn't go. Those names really don't mean much to me, but I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, at the end they sang some traditional. They sang some older stuff, and that was their whole deal. Is that they're probably 90s country. These three guys. In fact, they made fun of a little bit of current country, and then they sang some songs that they grew up on, right? So it was.
For example, anything?
Oh gosh, one of them was a Waylon Jennings song. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but there was a Waylon Jennings song, and I can't remember. But they each sang one song that was back in the 70s, basically.
Yeah, there you go.
So
See, now you're getting me. Lynn Anderson, Charlie Pride. Now you're talking.
yeah, it was Waylon Jennings, Pride, but I'm trying to think of. Did they sing a Johnny
Poor Jane
Cash?
ain't buying this. She said, "Get back to
Cash.
policy, guys."
Yeah.
Anything else of interest? I'll
Yesterday
tell
was
you,
a really busy day. I went from one meeting to the next. United Way board meeting
new
last
mural
night.
at Mount Angel. So
Yeah.
that was painted by who? Do you know?
My dad saw that I was there on Facebook, and he told me the artist. He knows the artist.
I
And
thought it was somebody local.
local, and then
And it looks pretty
GK
cool.
Machines helped put it up, put
Oh.
it together. Michael Roth was there. Roth's foundation contributed some money, towards that building. And I think this kind of completes their building. They've got the fans going now. I went inside and I go, wow, it feels like it's air conditioned because they have those big
Finally,
fans.
some movement.
They got some movement up there, so I think
Well, that's
that
getting close too. So they probably town started.
Get ready for-
really gear up.
was it third weekend? It's the 13th, 14th.
I think that's right. We
Um,
have Harvest Festival and Sublimities next week, and then the Oktoberfest. Lots
yeah.
of fun things.
Yeah, it's, so anybody watching, it's the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th, so I'll try to get over there for at least one day. Michael Roth told a story about Orville, how he loved Oktoberfest, and every Thursday night he would go.
The opening
And-
Thursday.
Opening Thursday, and they had that band from Germany. I've
Yeah,
been there.
yeah,
Have you
me
done?
too.
Yeah, that's a great band. And and he said his dad was a unique male and that he loved to dance, and so he would dance, and all the ladies, because I'm sure you wouldn't dance, so your wife would be dancing with Orville,
That's
right?
correct.
And he.
I get your 6 singing notes and 2 dance steps.
Right.
It limits you.
So he said one time he remembers that his dad had danced so hard that the next day he had to put on slip-on shoes because he couldn't bend
Feet
over
was-
to tie.
oh,
He couldn't bend
oh.
over to tie his shoes. He told that story at the ribbon cutting yesterday. So Orville was quite the guy, and yeah, it was a good turnout. So
3 I missed.
yeah, lots of meetings yesterday.
And we have a holiday weekend.
Yeah, all the boats are out at the lake. In fact, one of the marina
Could they have kept
operators.
going a bit more, or it is that low?
One of the marina operators texted me some pictures yesterday. It's a good thing they got him out because he's got docks up on dirt.
Oh, just that
It's
quick.
that quick. It's going down very quick. So we got to get that. They got to finish the first phase, and then we got to figure out a way to help them find the funding to do that excavation. Because if they can do that excavation, they probably would have made it through Labor Day, extended their season, and then people would be happy.
It's a big one, too.
Right. So, but knock on wood, we're not fighting fires up there yet. We can get some rain coming here pretty quick, that we can get through the Willamette. They've had several, but they've got them out, so. Anything else?
No, just, and I'll get it backwards, El Nino or La Nina, whichever one makes it dry, as they say, is building, so they were predicting a
warmer
dry winter.
Warmer winter.
So that puts us into issues next year, too. All right, you need to
Counselor,
close
anything
this
else?
off. Oh, yeah, should we ask her about hey, let's do.
What, about our lawsuit?
Yeah, just because we're talking about Detroit.
So we have a conference this afternoon with the City of Salem. We have to confer with all the parties before we file our motion. We have a conference with the Army Corps of Engineers tomorrow at 1:30, and we haven't heard back yet from the plaintiffs, but we're hoping to get something set up for tomorrow and then file our motion by Friday.
Oh, oh my. Then it
So
will
that's
move.
yeah.
And you told us earlier, you don't have to agree to anything, just notify them you're doing
Right.
it.
We just have to tell the court what their position is on our motion. So that's where we are. I do have an update on the Kaiser shooting if you want to hear
Yes,
that.
I do, but just
Okay.
before we leave it, so if anybody's watching, what are we trying to accomplish by joining this lawsuit? Could you give a quick summation there?
The Board of Commissioners, by joining this lawsuit, is moving to protect residents' economic interests by making sure that whatever resolution to the Detroit Dam is done protects the county residents' economic interests
Specifically agricultural.
and recreational.
Recreation.
But not just the provision of drinking water, which is important economically, too?
It's very important. The City of Salem has joined the lawsuit to discuss those issues.
Okay.
But the economic impacts to the agricultural and businesses that derive their water from the Santiam are not currently represented in the case, and so that is what
I
the
like
county is going to
that,
focus
good.
on.
You know, it isn't just the Sandy M while you're thinking of it, because the farmer's drawing, really on both sides of Willamette still,
Right.
that flow could be limited too. So it isn't just the Sandy M, it's our whole river stream irrigation system and districts, so.
Right.
Well,
Good.
and especially if they do a drawdown in a year like we had this year, or take 2015, remember, when nothing. So this year, if they drew down Detroit this year, the rest of the system was way lower than Detroit. And so they would have had a hard time keeping the flows up on the Willamette, because that was the backup.
And then you wanted to say, what about Kaiser, Jane?
Oh, I just wanted to say that with respect to the issue between the property owner who had some bullets come into their
Yes.
property, my understanding is they are going to file a private lawsuit. Part of that lawsuit, the parties have agreed to an injunction. So the property owner on the Polk County side has agreed that there will be no firing during the pendency of that lawsuit, during the duration of the lawsuit. So that means that at least that issue is resolved for now. And so they're going to go talk about damages in the case, but he's agreed that there won't be any firearm discharge from his property while this lawsuit is going forward. So that's a good resolution for right now.
That's assuming he can control people from getting on his property. Yeah,
And there still
right.
would be, I don't know this in the particular property, but some duck hunting opportunities and stuff. I don't know how he can, a shotgun isn't going to come across the river and do any damage, but if he says he's not going to shoot at all, I guess that's as good as it can get. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, that just means there's more ducks in other places. If
Wouldn't
they're
that be
shooting
nice?
there. Yeah. Okay, anything else? We're good to go, and I know you gotta run, because you've got some family stuff to attend to, and, all right, we will adjourn.
I got to.